Well, hello, retro game players. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Marcus. Today I have an amazing pickup video. This is like tons of stuff that I'm gonna throw at you guys. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that my pickup videos tend to have a lot of crap in them, and I don't mean crap like, you know, subpar quality stuff. I mean like, I load them up with things that I've been picking up over the last few months. So instead of doing like a weekly pickup, I try and like just stockpile a bunch of crap, and then I'm gonna share them with you. So this is a lot of stuff to go over. I'm gonna do my best to keep myself, you know, on task, because there's so much crap here and I want to talk about a lot of this stuff. So first off, I'm going to launch into something that Mania Games sent me, and this is a special shout out. Thank you so much to Ryan over there. He sent me this little care package, which also has a very cool label here. And you may be able to tell with the background footage what's going on. So let's dig into it. I got my Batman knife. Let's open this bad boy up. You know, it's funny when people say that, bad boy, I don't like it. I don't know why. So I decided to say it in this video just for fun. But I don't know why. There's like certain things that just drive me nuts with people when they say it. Bad boy is like one of those things that was in the 80s or something, and then maybe it's coming back. I don't know. Anyway, so here we go. We're launching into it. And, oh my god. Here it is. It's a tiny GameCube. No, this is not a tiny GameCube. This is actually a really cool box, however. And this is the GCHD by EON Gaming. It is a HDMI output for your GameCube. And it will also basically upscale anything that runs in the higher, you know, component style videos. So I think it's called progressive mode. So a lot of GameCube games support this. You do have to hold the B button, I believe, when you're starting it up, at least the first time, if I remember right. So this box itself is absolutely very cool. It is a perfect size to just kind of, you know, put on the shelf. You know, I'm running out of shelf space these days. Let's go ahead and open this up. It's got, yeah, it's got a little hanger on here too, which is kind of cool. But basically, this enables you to get really good quality from your GameCube, which is something that, you know, I'm totally into. And I'll tell you too, I'm going to try and do some more videos with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and launch into, you know, some different gameplay videos featuring the GameCube and capture it with this device. So I'm actually really excited to use this. If you are interested in one of these, he went ahead and hooked me up with an affiliate code, and it's RGP, and you'll get 10% off of your order through Mania Games. So do that if you're looking for, even if you're not looking for this, you know, you might as well get a discount on something. So let's open this up. And yeah, it's definitely really pretty cool. It's got a little tiny manual. It's like a little, you know, micro manual. And here's the device itself. Now this is really small, I gotta say, but I know it packs quite the punch. So what's funny about this though, and I have a little bit of a side story here, is that the GameCubes that are compatible with this are the first generation. So I think they're like they end in like 001, if I remember right. And they have a multi-AV port out. So what's really weird is that, you know, and this just goes to show, I'm not afraid to tell you guys that I don't know it all. I don't know it all with, you know, systems, and I even have another story to tell you too. But basically, I've met him before, but I met him at the last Callous Gamers for Kids. Ryan was there, he had a booth, and I went over and talked to him. And anyway, at some point during the day, I'm selling a GameCube, right? So I'm selling this GameCube at my booth. Reggie is actually next to me when the GameCube is selling. All right, so the guy's buying it. It's in really good shape. If I remember right, it was like 50 bucks. It might have been 55. I don't know, 50 bucks. Comes with a controller, and as the guy's bagging it up, Reggie looks over at it and he sees the multi-AV port, and he's like, oh, cool, nice. That's got the output, you know, so you can have things like the, you know, upscaler or the HDMI output. And when he said that to me, I kind of felt like the blood rush from my face, because I realized that I was selling the one that has the port, and the one that I kept for myself didn't have that. It does not have that. And I told Reggie that as it was happening. As the guy was bagging up the GameCube, I'm sitting here going, oh my god, I just sold the one with the port that I need. And at that point, I kind of thought that Ryan might be hooking me up with one of these, so I was like, oh, that sucks. So I went home, I went through some of my systems, I found that I did have a GameCube with the port, but it didn't work. It like turns on, it won't read any discs, won't even spin the discs. So I'm like, okay, well, I should probably look online and see if I can find one. And that's when it kind of hit me. I'm like, you know what? I've always wanted to pick up one of those orange GameCubes that are Japan only. And I was like, you know, those are pretty awesome, and you can get them modded, region modded, fairly easily. And if you don't buy them that way, you can actually do that mod yourself pretty easily too. So I started looking around online. I found one, and I'll tell you what, you guys, like, one of my big secrets with purchasing things, at least on eBay, is to always go through the store. And then at the end, after I find a bunch of cool stuff, I'll usually email them and say, hey, would you take this, or would you combine shipping? I mean, combining shipping is pretty obvious, but sometimes you can make offers. Another thing is that some of the sellers in Japan don't inflate their stuff like you would think. Like, sometimes they just sell it for a really good deal, and so you can find things that are pretty obscure, which in this video you'll see. So anyway, I went ahead and found one of those orange GameCubes, and it's a region modded version, so we're gonna get to that in a little while. With that said, I'm gonna try and use this with it. Now, if you see GameCube footage running, then you know that I'm using that, and so that's gonna be what's playing. Most likely that will work. However, it will be kind of a test. So if it doesn't work, then I'll have to figure out something else. But I'm really excited to try it. So a quick update, I've been playing with this thing for a few hours, and I have to say I really do like it. When I first hooked it up to this GameCube that I picked up, it was not really working very good, and it turned out that it was because I was plugging into an HDMI 3-to-1 splitter. And so when I was using that, I actually wasn't getting any audio, but the picture was fine. And then once I bypassed the splitter, it worked perfectly. So most of you won't be using that, but if you do use a splitter and you have an issue, just consider that. But I'll tell you what, this thing's amazing. So to enable progressive scan on any game for GameCube, you hold down the B button. Once you do that once, it seems like most of the games just automatically will ask you when you boot them up if you want to enable progressive scan mode. So it just does that for you, which is really cool. I will say though, these games, and this has nothing to do with the EON, you know, GameCube HD adapter, but these games would not work. And so it's, you know, Crazy Taxi, I could not get it to work. That's one. And then SSX Tricky, which is EA, and Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, which is EA, and then also GoldenEye Rogue Agent, which I actually like this game. I beat this one. It's also by EA. I thought I was seeing like a trend. I'm like, well, it must be EA games. But with that said, this game, 007 Everything or Nothing, worked, and so we're going to see footage of that. I also got PNO3 to work, and Eternal Darkness. I got F-Zero. Oh yeah, I'm going to show a comparison here too. Super Smash Brothers, Soul Calibur 2, and then Metroid. So all those games worked good. Oh wait, Metroid. And then I'll show you right now. So F-Zero, here's an example of it playing in just basically on a composite cable. However, this is a monster cable, so it's a really nice, you know, like the purple monster cables. So this is F0, and I think it looks, you know, pretty good. I mean, honestly, the graphics are really good. So, and then this is the, you know, HD through progressive, so you can immediately see how much better it looks. And I mean, it's just super crisp, colorful. I'll tell you one thing too with this is that all the text immediately looks really good. Like any game where you're reading a lot, Eternal Darkness, all that, like the text is super crisp. And then here they are side by side, so you can see what they kind of look like as far as F0 running. And this is just level 1. But anyway, yeah, it's really pretty cool. I have to say that, you know, I was a little nervous at first when it wasn't playing. But like I said, that ended up just being the HDMI splitter, so don't do that. Don't use one of those. But yeah, this thing's really cool. It also just will output any video, you know, as far as gameplay. It'll output that. If it doesn't support progressive, it'll just play it like a normal output. So that's great, you know, and the Game Boy player worked good. So anyway, there you go. Let's get back to the real deal. One thing that I found for this seller, this is another box from Japan here. This was a killer deal for this. I already have this for you know, the United States version, but this is the Japanese version. This is the orange Game Boy Advance player. It came with the manual and the disc, which is pretty cool. I think this is region free actually, but it doesn't really matter since I have a region free GameCube coming up here. But yeah, it has all the covers. This was $24 shipped, so that's a really good deal for something like this. And again, you know, a lot of this stuff in Japan is really common, so it's like no big deal to them. But I was excited to get that, so I'm going to hook that up as well. And from what I understand, this GCHD thing will work with the Game Boy Advance games, so I'm excited about that. Okay, so another thing that I picked up here, which I think is just unusual and I thought was really, you know, pretty cool, is the Munches Odyssey Oddworld Collector Box. Now this came from Limited Run Games. It's weird because I normally don't, in fact, I rarely ever will get any of their collector edition games, but this one in particular I thought was just pretty cool. I'm a fan of Oddworld, so that's probably a big reason for it. I've always liked Oddworld, but what's cool about this one is the box itself is a very cool big PC box style, and it opens up side by side like this. And inside there's actually a can, which is pretty cool. And then over here you've got the Vita game. I've got a bunch of cards in here, and then the actual game itself has a different cover, I think, than the normal Vita version. Oh wait, actually I put this one in. Here's the one that it came with. So this is the one with a different cover, and I'll show some better shots here too. And then it also has like the soundtrack and a poster. And anyway, I'm just really into anything like that that's sort of like, you know, a throwback, old school, big box stuff. I dig it. I also have met the guy who did the voice of Abe, and he's, you know, he'll just do that, you know, for you if you want. So anyway, definitely a cool boxed item. And yeah, so moving on. Here I've got a package from a really cool guy, and he's actually someone you probably all know, Tylord Stevenson. So thank you, man. He actually contacted me and said that, well, actually I was doing a live stream, that's what happened, and I was talking about how I'm going real hard to collect Sega CD, and I'm trying to get a full set. And he was saying, you know, hey, I've got a couple games that you might not have, and you know, this isn't anything special, but we worked out that he had Sunday Night NFL, which is really awesome and hilarious at the same time. Dude, I'm going to give you major props for properly mailing a Sega CD game. You have to put something in here. If you don't, the disc has risk of damage. So you rock, dude, even though you know, these came with foam, but if they don't have the foam, you got to put something in there when you ship it. So even though this is like a sports title, I'm stoked. I sent him a hat. Tylord's awesome. Go check out his channel. I'll put that in the link below too. So as an example, I knew that I was going to be talking about this Sega CD stuff, and it's cool to see that he used bubble wrap. But check this out, all right? So here's an example of a great game. I just picked this up, Fatal Fury Special. This one just came in the mail last week, and you know, it's in excellent shape. It's got the foam in there. This was a game that came from Canada, and that actually was pretty good because of the you know, US conversion rate, you know. So in Canada it was actually pretty cheap for me to buy it. So anyway, this is a really good find. And then this is the one that I want to talk about here. This is Mickey Mania. All right, now I got this off of an eBay seller. Great deal. And what was crazy is that the guy shipped this in a box. Actually, what it was it was shipped in a box with bubble wrap all around it. That box was inserted into an envelope with bubble wrap. So it was double packed. Like when I was opening it, I was like, oh, this is a great job. Then I opened this up and the disc was flopping around. There was nothing in here. And it's Mickey Mania. And anyway, there's some pretty gnarly scratches on here, which sucked. So I had to contact the guy, asked him about it. He's like, hey, I'm really sorry, but man, I mean, this thing is thrashed. So, you know, he issued me a $5 refund, which I'm fine with because I have that disc surfacer, the buffer. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link to that too, but I'll be using that. Anyway, getting closer to the Sega CD set. Thank you, Tylord. That was awesome, man. I hope you enjoy that hat. And then I wanted to show you guys this other really weird eBay purchase. So this one was absolutely mind-blowing. This is a game that I used to play a lot, and it's a great two-player co-op game. It's Skeleton Crew on Genesis. If you're not familiar with this, it's absolutely a blast. And so anyway, I bought this, and it again got a pretty good deal on it because it wasn't complete. And you know, a lot of times when you're buying like Genesis games, if it's not complete, like with the manual, it typically doesn't go for nearly as much as if it has the manual. So anyway, you know, in the posting it said just comes with the case and game, and that's it. The game's in great shape. And again, I have to tell you, this game is awesome. Like I'm not actually trying to buy a bunch of Genesis games, but whenever I see one that is one that's really good, I'll try and buy it. But get this, I open this up, I'm unboxing it, and I'm actually, I think I was on the phone with Reggie, if I remember right, and the box had all these peanuts in it. So I was explaining to Reggie that I got this game. It's a really fun one. I don't think he knew about it. And anyway, I'm dumping the contents of all the peanuts into the garbage. And at the bottom of the box, this falls out. It's the manual for Skeleton Crew with a little note. And I swear I almost threw this out. So it was underneath all the peanuts. And it says, I have this booklet as well that you can have. It is all taped up and stuff, so I didn't mention it in the listing. And when you open this up, it's not in bad shape at all. Like there is some tape on the back, but it's like totally fine. Like anyway, I couldn't believe that. I was so stoked to get this, complete. It blew my mind. Okay, so now I have to get this massive box over here. And I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I got from this seller in Japan. We comboed tons of stuff, okay? In here, there should be, hopefully, nothing busted, because this is the first time I'm opening it up, and it's a big box. I'll set it up here in a second. You can see how huge it is. But we're going to tear into it. I'm hoping to find the modded GameCube, or the region-free modded GameCube. And yeah, let's check it out. Look how big this box is, though. Yeah, okay, no joke. This is the box. I mean, it's massive. Like, here I am holding this box up. I know it must look a little crazy, but yeah. So I'm going to set this on the floor, and we're going to tear into this thing. I can tell you that it looks like it's packed pretty well. It's got paper everywhere, right? And then inside of that are just a ton of boxes. So it looks like he added things into little boxes inside this giant box. I can't remember everything in order. There's no way I'll be able to do this. So we're just gonna open each box and see what they all are. Oh good, I found the right box right off the bat. So here we go. This is one of the games that came with it. This is Naruto 3, and it's definitely, it's got the manual, the game, so that'll be kind of cool to check out. I love these ads for things. This is just super wonky. I can't tell. It's some kind of clown here. Anyway, I love this kind of stuff. Whoa! What is this? This lady's in a bikini and wow. All right. So here it is. The orange GameCube. And you can see it's got a switch on the back right here. Now this switch is actually from the Famicom system. Now, as I'm looking at this, I'm starting to realize, because the switch is there, maybe this won't fit. So this is the moment of truth, you guys. My modded GameCube, will it fit? I don't know. Okay, so here it is. Here's my, yeah, it looks like it will fit, actually. So, it goes like this. Yes. And I believe it has to really snap in there. I believe that's good. So there we go. This thing hopefully fires up okay. Like I said, I'm a little concerned with, you know, anytime you ship anything with a laser and any of that assembly, it's always a little sketchy. But yeah, I want to launch into this and see if it works. So set this over here. At least there was room on the back. I didn't even think about that. The little mod switch may have interfered with it, but it didn't. So that's good. But yeah, the switch is from a Famicom, a Japanese Famicom. So it's a very high-end switch, and you basically toggle it depending on if you're launching a Japanese game or not. Gamecube Controller. It's an orange one. Oh yeah. So here it is, orange Gamecube Controller. You know, it's not bad. You know, it's a little, well, it's not bad. I mean, honestly, it came with the system. I don't think he even charged extra for it. But it's not like, I guess it's fine. It feels pretty fresh. The joystick is a little gunky looking. I don't know. It looks kind of gross. Okay, let me get this thing unwrapped here. I can tell you guys too, you may know this, you may not, but it wasn't too long ago that I completed my N64 set, and it's all US, you know, it's just a US system, but I love this kind of stuff, and I really paid attention. I pay attention to this kind of stuff anytime I see, you know, interesting items. But here it is, an N64 case. This is so cool. And you know, you see these too. Look at this on the back. It has name, address, telephone. Now this has all the hinges. It's in good shape. I love collecting these cases like this. So yeah, super stoked to have that. I don't know. In fact, I even have another item, I believe, on the way that's a lot smaller. That's another N64 type collectible. So I just love this stuff. And Mario just looks really cool. And inside, it's got a tray, which is actually, sometimes you'll find these without the trays, so that's really cool. So you can put your system, I think a couple games and a controller will fit in here. But yeah, it's just really awesome. This is in superb shape. So really stoked to have an N64 hard case. Now I have some, but they're like rental cases, and this one is really more of like a personal use case. Okay, the next item is similar to this. This is the Super Famicom version, and this one has Yoshi on it. So you know, it says here too, Super Famicom safe and convenient storage. for Nintendo's Super Famicom. And it says Super Famicom here. Definitely in used condition. It's not as nice as the N64 one, but still super cool. So inside, he has put some of the other items that we agreed on, which I'm, again, really stoked here. So first, oh, another weird ad here. What's this one? Dude, this guy threw in the best ads. Oh my god, I mean, this is just crazy, man. Japan. Alright. So, here is Namco Twisting Controller. You basically can use this with games like, I believe like Ridge Racer would be a good example. And it's one that I've been wanting to get for a long time. What's cool is that it came with the box. And so it's called the Neocon by Namco. I think that's Neocon. And yeah, so this box is totally in Japanese. But really, you know what's crazy is I've seen this. I've never actually played with one of these. But this action, this turning is super smooth. Like I actually think this would be a very good controller for a racing game. Like, really good. That's crazy, you guys. I can't even believe, now that I'm actually holding it and feeling that action, that is impressive. So, okay, so another item in here. This is the final item from this guy. Oh wait, no, there is one more. This is sort of one that I just saw that I thought was really unique, and I don't see these very often. So this is a Sunsoft SunStation pad. So it works on the PlayStation 1. I'm not sure if it'll work on the PS2. I doubt it, actually, but really pretty interesting. It has some buttons here. I honestly don't know. I'm guessing. It says program on here, so it looks really unusual. But really what I like about it is that Sunsoft is an awesome company, and I just thought, whoa, there's a controller they make. And again, this was like $5 or something like that. So really cool to get that. Okay, so I have one more item from this guy. He had to ship it in a separate box, actually 2 separate boxes. So we're gonna dive into that right now. Okay, 2 more boxes from this guy. This is something that I saw, and again, thought, whoa, haven't seen that. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen this thing, and I saw it and I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'm a big Dreamcast fan, big Sega guy, so what's interesting is the way he shipped this is divided up, so it's definitely cool. But this is the outer box, so we'll get into this in a second. This says Dreamcast. This is the Karaoke unit. Okay, so you can't really see anything like for what it comes with. Oh, actually, there it is on the back. So there's a spot right there where it shows the Dreamcast sitting on the unit itself and a microphone. I'll show you guys that in a second because he actually sent that in a separate box. But inside of here, this is just the way he packaged it, you know, because like for shipping, whoops, so it just fell down there. For shipping, sometimes you kind of have to do different things. So in here is the actual Dreamcast Karaoke unit, and it's got mic 1, mic 2, super high quality. This is the connector cable on the back that connects in. Power adapter, kind of piggybacks off of the Dreamcast. And then the other box over here this is the other one he shipped. I did already open this one, and this is the rest of the parts. We've got a Dreamcast microphone, super cool. I mean, geez, I see this and I'm just like, wow, man. Anyway, so Dreamcast microphone. And for those of you who don't know as well, I'm definitely into, here's a weird sticker for the microphone too. I'm not sure what that's about. I did karaoke. Now, I've actually done karaoke at spots that do foreign music videos where you can't really tell what's happening. But, you know, I don't know. I probably won't be able to get this thing to do very much, but here's a disc that it comes with. So it's got a microphone on it. Big manual. Looks like it's got, I would imagine, what is this? The song list? Is this like the karaoke book? Bow Wow, Boys to Men. Okay, Paul Simon, Paul McCartney, Lionel Richie. Anyway, I don't know, you guys. I'm not sure what the deal is with all this. Here's another book. Here's the, okay, it's the instructions on how to set it up. More of that. And then here's like a little Pokemon, I don't know what this is, some kind of card. May have thrown that in as a bonus. So, there you go. That's an insane pickup video, you guys. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about all that. Special thanks again to Castlemania Games. The footage that you guys are seeing is all from this unit. If it's not from this unit itself, then I have fixed the other one that I mentioned was broken, the American one. But yeah, that's a lot of stuff. I actually have another pickup video I'm going to be putting out fairly soon with a bunch more stuff that's very unique, very unusual. And so again, special thanks to Castlemania Games, Tylord Stevenson, thank you. And yeah, that concludes this video, you guys. So I appreciate it. Stay tuned because I am going to be doing some GameCube videos coming up because I really want to use this and utilize the output. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know what your favorite item was in this pickup video. And yeah, until next time, you know what to do. You keep that shit retro by playing the old GameCube in high quality HD later on.